Welcome to the Edgeworth Echoes podcast. Discovering Edgeworthstown, a hidden gem of Irish history.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Edgeworth Echoes podcast. This is your host, John. For this episode, we are getting creative by imagining an interview with Maria Edgeworth. Using an AI voice changer to create a voice for Maria, I have recorded an imaginary interview between myself and the famous lady. It is purely a work of the imagination, using her writing and the words of others writing about her to create this portrait. And I hope you will enjoy it.
Good evening, sir, and welcome to our home. Give Lucy your hat and coat, and we shall go to the library. It is a chilly evening, but a fire has been burning there, and the room will be warm. Kitty has made up a table with some treats, ably assisted by my mother, and if you would like, we can eat first, or perhaps later.
That heat is very welcome, Miss Edgeworth. This is a lovely room. I imagine the views through the windows are pleasant in summer. I believe this is your favourite room.
Yes, it's the heart of the house. For much of my life, this place has been the centre of things in this house. Plans have been made, clays have been staged, lives have been lived, tears and laughter, music and song, and above all, talking. Oh, the hours we have talked. I do apologise, I ramble at times, and you must call me Maria. Let us not be formal.
Thank you, Maria, and there is no need to apologise. I am here, after all, to listen to your story, whatever you wish to share with me.
Ah, yes, my story. I have often wondered that people would be interested in myself as a person. I like to talk about the world and about my writings and my hopes for this country I call home. But Frances, my mother, stepmother if you seek accuracy, she says that people can be interested in what makes me, me. So I'll endeavour to give you the best account that I can, but trust you will not press me on matters I do not wish to discuss.
Of course, Maria. I would not dream of asking you to recount painful memories or matters that you deem private. This is your story, and I would wish to hear it. Can I trouble you to show me around this room? Is that painting your father?
Yes, that is his likeness. He was not a man who liked to stand still for long periods. He liked to be doing, to be planning, to wonder. The strap on the door is to prevent it being slammed. There are vents on the chimney breast to let warm air into the room, an idea he also added into the edifice of packing them all. He also made my little writing desk that I can place where it suits me, by the window in the daylight or by the fire at night. That book is his copy of Johnson's dictionary. For long months he carried it with him when he tried to develop his cipher for a signalling system, which he named the telegraph. That system was one of his proudest achievements, but he came to recognise it was unwieldy and less practical than he hoped.
You must miss him very much. You shared so much together since your childhood. He must have taken great pride in your achievements.
There is still so much of him in this house that it almost feels like he is present. A benign spirit, if you believe in such things. His drawings, his writings, his gadgets. There are so many things that evoke memories that I can draw some measure of comfort from those memories. As for what I achieved in life, he was constantly spurring me on to get better. Indeed, it was his wish for all his children to improve themselves, and he was never as happy when his children achieved something, whether solving a math problem, reciting some poetry, or discovering a new plant, as Michael did so recently in India.
He was a great man by all accounts, and his family have done well by any measure. I'm sure the upcoming generations will also do well for themselves. Would you be willing to share with me your own childhood recollections?
Well, My father could be quite impetuous in his younger days, and his marriage to my mother was such an act, making haste but repenting at leisure. Though I do not think it was all repentance, I think he loved her, just not enough, and as the child of such a union, I can only say my childhood was uncomfortable at times. It was not without its pleasanter moments, and my first visits to Edgerton were adventures, travelling by targe and ship, seeing a country so much like the one I was born in, and yet so much unlike.
You have had 3 stepmothers, which must have been difficult to deal with, and so many siblings. You have devoted time to their education and upbringing. Family life is important to you.
I have been blessed with this family. It has been somewhat unconventional, I will admit, but it has been wonderful all the same. Each new addition has added to the whole of the household, bringing their own experiences and passions to broaden our lives. Of course, there has been a time of hesitancy, a time where I wondered if this person was going to like me. Would I like her? Could I grow to love her? Could I grow to love these children? I'm happy to say I could and did. I believe my determination, fostered in me by my father, to encourage and educate these children made things much easier. With their mothers I could share in the joys and sorrows of these children, marvel as each new generation explored their world. As each new generation discovered my children's plays and books, I could enjoy my own work again through their eyes and minds. Blessed indeed.
Forgive me, but you appear to have all the traits of being a good parent. Do you have any regrets that you never got married and started a family of your own? If this question is too personal, please do feel free to not answer. It just leads on from your own words.
It was not unexpected that you would ask a question like this, and my hesitation in answering is not due to any offence I might take at your words, but at my inability to properly answer you. I imagine one can regret a great many things in life, but I feel it is not very conducive to a healthy mind. Rather, I can wonder at what might have been. I might have written less fanciful stories and perhaps more practical ones. I might have devoted more time to gardening and less to writing. I might have become a teacher, not just of my own but of others, like in that school we are building opposite the Fair Green. I feel that is not a very satisfactory answer, but it will have to suffice.
Well, I am grateful to you for your answer and agree with your sentiments regarding regrets. You mentioned that school you are building. It is not the first school there has been in this town. Your brother Lovell had one for several years.
Poor Lovell, the time he spent in Verdun broke his spirit, I think. He was much changed upon his return to us, though he did his utmost to hide it from us, and quite successfully at first. Yes, he started a school and had some great success in the early days. He worked hard and long at it, making it a model that other schools might have followed. I will not go into the details of why the school chose, but it did, and no one was more despondent than Lovell about this. However, now that there is a proper government section to deal with education, we can hope that more schools will open across the country. My father was so happy to see his long-held dream finally come true.
Maria, I appreciate the frankness of your answers and the time you have given to me. I would like to ask if you might share some thoughts about people you have met or been in contact with.
That is quite a tall order, my dear sir. I have met many people over the years and have been in contact with others I have never met. Some have spoken of their admiration for me and my work, and have written about me, such as my dear friend Sir Walter. I have admired many that I met too, appreciated their humour, their wit, their candour. I feel I have been lucky that my style and prose generally found favour with the public and with fellow authors. Fame can be a burden, but I always sought to use it to an advantage, to promote things I believed in, like education for all, but especially women. I would have liked to have met Miss Lazarus in person and Miss Austen. Letters can give one a picture, of course, but to meet in the flesh will give a more rounded view, and some feel more comfortable expressing their thoughts on paper than they might on a social occasion. I admit to a certain coyness on my part when answering your question. I am avoiding any deeper insights which may be less than you wished for.
I think you answered as well as decorum allowed. I would not gain anything from hearing your inner thoughts on Wordsworth, for example, so it is a question that was too open-ended. I think this might be a good note on which to depart, to thank you once again for welcoming me to your home. Thank Kitty for the lovely sweet cakes and tea.
I will let Kitty and Francis know how much you appreciated their food. Francis is the architect of many of these sweet treats, and I feel the children would eat little else if they were allowed to. I must also thank you for visiting. I felt more at ease than I might have expected. I hear the rain on the windows and hope you will not get too wet on your homeward journey. Good night.
Good night. And that is where this imaginary encounter ends. We hope you enjoyed the setup. If you would like to get your own vision of Maria in your head, I would encourage you to read the letters she sent and the letters she received. Drop into the Maria Edgeworth Centre, where the staff will be quite happy to introduce you to the world of the Edgeworths. For now, however, we have reached the end of another episode. Thank you for listening. Please spread the word about this podcast, and we look forward to the next episode. Until the next time. If you are interested in learning more about the Society and the history they preserve, please visit www.mariaedgeworthcentre.com. You can sign up to our newsletter, book tours, learn about our annual literary festival, and read up on some of the remarkable people who have links to our town.
This has been the Edgeworth Echoes podcast, rediscovering history.